Hi, so for the questions for the video, um, for the test, I picked question 2 from the test to use as what I'm going to kind of teach to help people understand. And so the question was, you have four numbers. The four numbers, which are going to be backwards for you guys, I'll show you that they're right here, but they are 78, 81, 88, and 94. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna basically figure out, as you guys did in the test, the mean, the median, you know, break it down, get the standards, get the simple standard deviation, variation, stuff like that. So, of course, we did this on the test. You did it on the computer, and also you did it on by hand. I'm gonna show you guys the by hand side of it because I believe that was the harder part of it. So what you have to do is, I'll show you guys, is you guys start up here on your guys' paperwork. And the first thing what you do is you find the mean. So to find the mean, as most of you guys know, you take your numbers and then you put them in order from least to greatest. You add them together, right? You put your little, I was gonna say parentheses, but I don't feel like that's right all of a sudden, right? But then you divide it by the sample size, which your sample size is whatever numbers are up here, or if it's on your graph or your chart, it's your sample size. So for ours, it was 4, and that's what you get, 85.25. Then after that, you have to find the sample mean. To find the sample mean, you have to line them up in order again, right? Well, actually, this one here don't line up in order. This is just whatever numbers are there. This one here, you have to line up in order to find the mean. So for the mean, you line them up in order from least to greatest, right? The lowest number to highest number, like that. And then what you got to do is you kind of work your way in, right? Boom, 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 right? And then you have these two numbers in the center. Well, if you find two numbers in the center, that means you have to get basically the mean within that. So now you're trying to get the median, but now you need to get the mean. So what you do is you pop them over here. You can put them in a calculator if you want, but you basically add these together and then divide it by 2, and that will give you the median of both of these, being 84.5. Then after that, once you have your mean, you have to figure out your simple variance. Now over here on the class notes, you might be able to tell that this is where this is the formula for simple variance right here. So we did this in class, and basically describe, you take your numbers and then you take what you got for your median, right? And you're subtracting the two, right? Just like we're doing here. So you have your numbers that you have from the original problem, and then you're subtracting it from the 84.5, and then after that you have to square it. So I did these individually because I wanted to see what the numbers were. So I did it each step individually, and then after that you get an answer. All right, and so the answer for all of these was 157 for me. So that's the number I got at first, but what I didn't do right is I was missing a step. I forgot one step of this. I forgot that when you do this equation, right, as you can tell right here, when you're doing the equation, there's the n minus 1, and that means you take your sample, right, which is 4, and you minus 1, so it's 3. I thought it was 4, but it's actually 3. So I went through and fixed it afterwards, but this is my original answer. And then when you standard deviation, it's when you wow, my brain just died. Sorry, guys. So when you do sample standard deviation, it's the square root of that number you get, right? So that's what I did originally, but then I went through after the test and redid it with the n minus 1 step included, now being 3, and 52.33 remaining, and it just keeps going. And then I entered that into the calculator, and that's what I got, is 7.28, which is the answer in this problem. And it also matches with the spreadsheet. This answer right here matches. So that is how you do the problems for question number 2 on the test, all in hand.